This is the Dallas Morning News. It's Wednesday, December 17th. Waking up to some morning fog, which may linger until noon in the area. Partly sunny this afternoon with a high of 63. More clouds will move in this evening with a low of 56. Here are today's headlines. Nearly a decade ago, a pension crisis in the police and fire retirement system put Dallas in a precarious financial position, making the city a national cautionary tale. The city's worst years in the past decade were 2016 and 2017, when Dallas had a $528 million deficit amid an exodus of police officers stemming from the pension crisis. The Texas legislature had to intervene to stabilize the city's troubled finances. Things are different now. The city's net position, the difference between its assets and liabilities, is $4.3 billion in its most recent financial report, 7 times greater than the $601 million recorded in 2015. Financial conditions have improved, and much of the growth in recent years has come from enterprise funds, such as water utilities, through fees and charges rather than from taxes. Still, Dallas is vulnerable. Though property values have grown year after year, so have the costs of paving roads, fixing water lines, and picking up trash. School districts across the region are closing campuses and consolidating schools due to declining enrollment. Plano hiked its tax rate this year to offset pressures, in part due to aging infrastructure, a built-out housing market, and lagging population growth. The Dallas Morning News examined 10 years' worth of financial reports that offer insight into Dallas's financial health over time, and you can find the results of that examination at dallasnews.com. In other news, the son of a Mesquite pastor is accused of using fear and manipulation in targeted interactions to groom an underage girl on church premises and beyond. 32-year-old Mathen Lowe of Crandall was arrested last week after Mesquite police obtained a warrant on child grooming charges after investigators received a report in October about possible child grooming at the Christian Center of Mesquite. Lowe worked as a teacher and coach at Pioneer Technology and Arts Academy, a charter school in Mesquite. He also served as a club volleyball coach for a team in Mesquite. In an interview with an investigator from the Mesquite Police Department, a 17-year-old girl said Lowe used fear and intimidation, including showing and describing the use of guns and knives, to manipulate her into complying with his instructions and performing sexual acts. That's according to an arrest warrant affidavit obtained by the Dallas Morning News. The affidavit said the interactions, which began in May 2023 and lasted until this September, started with playful chats about volleyball and ended in sexually aggressive behavior. On October 2nd, the Mesquite police received a walk-in complaint from a woman who reported an inappropriate relationship between her daughter and the pastor's son at the Christian Center of Mesquite. Next up, an office tower in Dallas's Arts District has traded to a new owner. An affiliate of TRT Holdings, a Dallas-based investment firm that owns the luxury Omni Hotels and Resorts chain, purchased St. Paul Place from Pacific Elm Properties. The deal for the green glass tower closed December 2nd. Terms of the deal were not disclosed. Attempts to contact TRT Holdings were not returned before publication. Built in 1983, the almost 275,000 square foot office high-rise is 22 stories. The Dallas Central Appraisal District valued the property at just over $47 million for tax purposes. Tenants include real estate information firm CoStar Group, Mayor LLP, D Magazine, and others. More than 23,500 square feet of office space was available for sublease. CoStar News reports the property underwent months of renovation following a flood in April. And Cooper Flagg sat in front of his locker with his left ankle heavily wrapped in ice, still feeling the bittersweet emotions that came from his first 40-point game in the NBA. The youngest player in the league persevered through pain and finished with a career-high 42 points in Monday's overtime loss to the Utah Jazz, while tying a franchise record for the most points scored by a Mavericks rookie. The final box score will tell the story of the most points scored by an 18-year-old in the association's 80-year history, shattering a record once held by LeBron James. What it will not say is how disappointed Flagg was to reach an unprecedented milestone in a loss, the only statistic that matters to him. It was 44 years ago, on November 14, 1981, when Mark Aguirre, the Mavericks' only other number 1 overall pick, set the single-game record for most points scored by a rookie in team history. Flagg, just as he did on draft night, followed Aguirre's footsteps yet again when he matched the total in overtime with a pair of free throws. Thanks for listening. For more on today's stories and the latest breaking news, visit dallasnews.com. Enjoy your day, and I'll be back tomorrow with more from the Dallas Morning News.